Lil Tay launched an Onlyfans on her 18th birthday and made over $1 million in just 3 hours. Onlyfans must be banned. So whenever I see one of these stories of some woman that is going viral because of the ridiculous amount of money that she made off of Onlyfans, there's always a lot of people that are upset, and they always try to blame everything other than the men that are giving these women all of this money. There's so many people that blame Onlyfans, the Jews, they blame feminism, that's very common. And sure, I'm not gonna sit here and say that feminism and the industry are completely blameless. They're not, but they're absolutely not the biggest reason as to why this is happening. The biggest reason by far why this keeps happening is because of the amount of fucking men that pay for this content. It's because of the amount of fucking men that pay for OnlyFans. The second that these men stop supporting these women financially is the second when these women literally stop doing OnlyFans. When there is gonna be no more money in this industry, that is when this industry is gonna go away. That is when this website is going to die. It doesn't matter if you ban OnlyFans, it doesn't matter if you take women's rights away from them, this kind of content, this kind of bullshit is not gonna go away. As long as there is demand, as long as there are people that are willing to pay for this type of content. If you ban OnlyFans, the only thing that's gonna happen is there's gonna be an OnlyFans clone that's gonna take its place. There already are multiple websites that do exactly what OnlyFans does. And even if you make OnlyFans illegal or just in general illegal, sorry, but it's like in our technologically advanced society, that's not gonna work. Drugs are illegal and people still find ways to buy and sell those. And there's just absolutely no way that is gonna be in any way harder to find in our modern age if it gets made illegal. And if you take away women's rights, the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get a bunch of men that are gonna pimp out their women on OnlyFans. It's just gonna be a bunch of like guys like Andrew Tate that are gonna be making all of this money. And what's also really interesting, what I noticed, is that people only have a problem with women doing OnlyFans and collecting all the money and getting rich. When guys like Andrew Tate, or not guys, but specifically when Andrew Tate was bragging about the amount of money that he was making by getting women that never did any sex work in the past to work for him and prostitute themselves so that he can get rich, no one was complaining about that. No one was calling him out. No one had a problem with that. If anything, a lot of guys on the internet were actually praising and sucking Andrew Tate's cock. You guys are a bunch of fucking faggots. And also remember that after Andrew Tate did that podcast with Bonnie Blue, which, by the way, that entire podcast was literally just promoting Bonnie. The one person that benefited the most by far from that podcast was literally Bonnie Blue because of the amount of views that podcast got. Every single time you see one of these OnlyFans models go on a podcast and get a lot of views, these OnlyFans models get a lot of subscriptions every single time when they go on one of these podcasts. But anyway, Andrew Tate after this podcast went on Twitter and wrote a tweet saying, "Bonnie Blue is the end result of extreme feminism." Bonnie Blue is literally just a prostitute. Prostitution existed before feminism, you retards. People literally say that prostitution is the oldest profession. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, it's definitely been around for a really long time. OnlyFans is literally just a modern form of prostitution, but is enabled by your technologically advanced capitalist society. Capitalism and technology are infinitely more to blame for this than feminism, you retards. But again, the number one reason is, at the end of the day, the people that pay for this garbage. And I guarantee you that there is a lot of overlap between the people that pay for OnlyFans and the guys that go on the internet and hate on these women and hate on OnlyFans and call for like traditionalism, return to traditionalism. I guarantee you that there's a lot of overlap between these two groups of people.